Welcome to Dad Ventures, the podcast that celebrates and champions dads on their unique journey through fatherhood. I'm your host, Aaron, a dad of 4 kids ages 5 through 12. Now, the holiday season is upon us, and many dads out there might be considering a special gift for their kids. Perhaps the big one, a phone. Or maybe you're thinking about a tablet or some other personal device as a gift for your kid. In this episode, we're diving into the nuances of giving your kids a phone for Christmas, a decision that comes with both excitement and responsibility. We'll explore the factors to ponder, share a handful of stories, and introduce a valuable resource that can guide you through this significant moment, our free Kid Technology Use Contract. This episode is all about navigating the decision to give your kids a device and ensuring that it's a positive and mindful experience for both you and your kid. All right. Let's do this, Dad. Before we go too far, you need to know that our first product, the Dad Ventures deck, is available on our website. This deck is designed by dads for dads who are worn out from the daily grind and need surprisingly simple, outrageously fun ideas to do with their kids. With over 50 dad cards, you'll sure to never run out of fun adventures. But there's a twist. Along with your dad card, your kids will pull a random kid card. You may have to speak like a pirate or have a dance-off during your adventure. Ben, a dad of 3, said this about the Dad Ventures deck, quote, "We loved playing it. The kids liked that both them and myself helped create a different game each time we played. It gave us great new ideas of stuff to do. A lot of times, it pulled us from a crazy moment into a fun moment, and helped us spend more time together, which is what I loved the most." You too can start turning crazy moments into fun moments. If you order before December 5, the game will arrive on your doorstep before Christmas Eve. Check out the Dad Ventures deck at adventures.dad. Okay, dads, let's start by delving into the big decision many of you might be contemplating this holiday season: giving your kids a phone for Christmas. It's a significant step in their journey into the digital world, and with it comes a mix of excitement and responsibility. We all know that the decision to hand over a smartphone or tablet is not a one-size-fits-all scenario. Each child is different, and there's no magical age that universally determines when it's the right time. With my own kids, we introduced the 2 oldest to a smartwatch 2 years ago. My eldest, a daughter, was 10, and my son was 8 at the time. We felt like they were responsible enough to take care of the device, and we wanted a way to communicate with them while we were out on dates. Trust me, not having to pay for a babysitter is a major game changer for parenting couples. However, we didn't want to flood them with full, unfettered access to the internet, nor to any rando who happened to get their contact information. So we opted for a Gab watch. Full disclosure, this episode is not sponsored by Gab. That's just what we went with. We went with a Gab watch for a couple of reasons. First, we could control who had access to their number. Gab watches intentionally limit the contact list to 10 contacts, managed by the parents. Any other numbers are blocked in and out. Also, the watch allowed for communication with us, but didn't have any distractions like apps, social media, or the internet. Win-win for us. It's been 2 years, and now my oldest, who's 12, is asking for a phone. At this point, we're undecided on that decision, and I'm leaning towards no phone yet. I was talking with another dad in the neighborhood who managed to keep his 2 oldest, who are teenage girls, off of phones and social media until they were 14 or 15, and he told me that by his own observation, that decision has led them to have greater social skills and confidence. Even then, the ever-so-helpful public school sent my daughter home with a Chromebook laptop this last summer. Because this laptop is managed by the school system, I have no idea what controls or parental restrictions are in place. So the day she brought it home, I realized we needed to have a conversation and set some clear boundaries around her use of internet-connected technology. That led to the Kid Technology Use Contract, which I'll get to in just a moment. The decision to give your kids a phone is a nuanced one. Some dads are navigating it for the first time, while others are revisiting it with younger siblings. The desire to make this a positive experience, balancing the joy of the gift with the responsibility that comes with it. As we explore this decision, consider your child's age, maturity, and the family dynamics that shape your unique situation. Let's break that down a little bit more. What should you as a dad consider before wrapping up that shiny new smartphone and putting it under the tree? First, think about the age and maturity of your child. Understanding their readiness for the responsibility that comes with a phone is key. Are they responsible in other areas of their life, like schoolwork or chores around the house? Or do they approach the device as if they were entitled to it? and they would die without it? If so, you may have some more teaching to do before a device is warranted. Second, think about the role of the phone in your child's education and social connections. With many aspects of life moving online, especially education, a phone can be a valuable tool for learning and staying connected. However, establishing healthy boundaries ensures that it doesn't become a distraction or a source of undue stress. Which means, third, that you must set clear expectations and guidelines for proper technology usage. What are the rules for screen time? How do you handle social media? Addressing these questions up front and in collaboration with your kid can pave the way for a smoother experience for both of you. Balancing independence with responsibility is the name of the game here. And fourth, let's not forget the insights from experts and professionals in child development and technology. You can check out sources like the American Academy of Pediatrics Guidelines on Screen Time, the Child Mind Institute, National Online Safety, Stay Safe Online, or my personal favorite, Michael Gurian over at the Wonder of Parenting podcast. These experts usually emphasize the importance of open communication between parents and kids, setting clear boundaries, and regularly checking privacy and content settings on your kids' devices. So, as you ponder giving the gift of tech this Christmas, take a moment to consider those factors. Now, as a dad, one of the unique gifts you bring to the parenting strategy is your ability to define values, standards, and behavioral guidelines for your family. Clearly, you do this in collaboration with your spouse or other parent of your child, but the responsibility of teaching and modeling of values and acceptable behaviors falls on you. Before you give your kid a phone, or maybe right after they have the joy of opening it, be sure to sit down and have a conversation about your expectations. Emphasize that your expectations aren't about restricting their freedom, but rather geared towards creating a positive experience with technology and keeping them, their friends, and their family safe. To help you with this conversation, I've prepared a kid technology use contract. This contract is what I wrote when my daughter brought home that Chromebook from school, and now I offer it to you for free. You can download your own copy at adventures.dad/kidtechcontract. This contract is designed to be read and signed by both you and your kid. It has 18 guidelines, as well as space to add your own so that you can customize the contract for your kid's unique needs. It outlines the responsibilities that come with owning a phone, emphasizes the importance of healthy online habits, and aligns with the values you want to instill in your child. Here's an example of one of the guidelines. I will not use technology or the internet for excessive periods of time. The parents reserve the right to determine what is an appropriate amount of time. And another one. I understand that not everyone on the internet agrees with the values and beliefs of our family. If I have questions about our values or beliefs, or about anything else, I ask the parents first, before asking the internet. My 12-year-old daughter has this to say about the contract, quote, I really like that Dad gave me a heads up about stuff, like the device and history check that can happen at any time. Even if your kids already have their own phone, it's not too late to introduce the contract and reset expectations with them. Use it as a tool to create a positive and mindful tech environment for your family. You can download your own copy of the contract for free at adventures.dad/kidtechcontract or tap the link in the show notes. Again, that's adventures.dad/kidtechcontract. Dads, giving your kids their own phone is a big decision. You have a lot to think about. If you found this episode helpful, leave a rating and review. Each time you do, it helps other dads find the show. Be sure to find me on Instagram at the handle adventures.dad and say hello. Also, please share this episode with a friend of yours who may be considering getting their kid a phone for Christmas or any other time. Thank you for joining me on the adventure of being a dad.